And greetings, everybody. Jeffrey Guterman here with the Strat-O-Matic network. And we're on the first game of the date, April 25, in my 1968 replay. And it's going to be the second game of a two-game series. Atlanta Braves at the Chicago Cubs. Atlanta won the first game. Pitching today for the Atlanta Braves is Ken Johnson. He has a record of 0-2. And for the Chicago Cubs, it's Ferguson Jenkins. His record is 2-1. Let's go through our opening lineups. For the Atlanta Braves, leading off Felipe Alou in center, Jackson at short, Aaron in right, Valdez-Spino in left, Boyer at third, Tommy Aaron at first, Tillman catching, Mian at second, and Ken Johnson pitching and batting ninth. For the Cubs, it's Kessinger at short, Beckert at second, Williams in left, Santo at third, Banks at first, Lou Johnson in right field, Hundley catching, Phillips in center, and Jenkins, the pitcher, batting ninth. We are in Wrigley Field. And this is game 118 in our replay. And we are so glad to have you join us. And the early bird has arrived. Good morning to Kathy Harden. It makes it all worthwhile when you're here. And the Cubs take the field. Jenkins on the mound. It's only 2 games scheduled for this date. This one. And then the Chicago White Sox at the Minnesota Twins, as we make our way through April. And here's Felipe Alou leading it off for Atlanta, and Jenkins is ready. Here's the windup. The pitch to Felipe, that's 1-5 right-handed, triple 1-7, and that's a double off the wall to lead it off. Oh, I'm glad it's brightening your day. Felipe leading it off 1-5 with a double. And now here's Sonny Jackson. Jenkins from the stretch. The pitch to Jackson, that's 5-4 left-handed catcher X, our first X today. That'll be Hundley 1-5. I forgot the ballpark effects again. 1-5-9. It's an E5 roll. E5-10. It's a dribbler in front of the plate. Hundley picks it up. He throws to first to get Jackson, and Felipe goes to third. Let's get our ballpark effects in here. So as you can see, the home runs fly out pretty easily here, as it's 1-19 on ballpark blasts, both sides. Okay, here's Henry Aaron now. They're playing the infield back on Aaron with Felipe on third, 1 out. Here's Jenkins. And the pitch, 5-7. Right-handed double 1-12. It's a fly to left, and that will be deep enough for Felipe to tag. Williams makes the catch. And Atlanta gets out ahead, 1-0. A fly ball sacrifice by Henry Aaron. And now it's 2 outs, nobody on. 1-0 Atlanta. Just underway here at Wrigley Field. And here's Sandy Valdez-Spino. Should be Valdez-Spino. 2 outs, nobody on. And here's Jenkins now. The pitch to Valdez-Spino. That's 1-10, and he struck him out. And that will retire the side. There was 1 run, though. On the double by Felipe, he went to second. He went to third on a ground ball, out. And then sacrificed home by Henry Aaron. And after half, it's Atlanta 1, Chicago coming up. And we have Kathy Harden for the Cubs, who find themselves presently in first place by 1/2 game. A loss here. And they would be tied with the San Francisco Giants flat-footed. Giants 8-4, a half game out. Houston 7-4, 1 game behind. And Ken Johnson takes them out. And leading it off for the Cubs, of course, Don Kessinger. Okay, Johnson is ready. Here's the windup. The pitch to Kessinger. That's 6-6, switch hitter batting left, base hit. So Kessinger singles to start it off for the Cubs here in the bottom of the first. Kessinger 1-17, 1-15 being held. And Glenn Beckert is the batter. They'll have Beckert hit away here. Or maybe not. Yes, he's going to hit away. The pitch to Beckert. 2-9. Oh, grounds it to short. And that's for Jackson. He throws to Mian for one, and then over to Tommy Aaron for the double play. Oh, wait a minute. I'm so sorry. That's a base hit. The plus and Kessinger was being held. I am so sorry, peoples. It's an error by me. He was being held. That's how we play it here. I largely play the super advanced version. And in the advanced version, the plus sign is a single 2 asteroids if a runner's being held or the infield is in. Only if the infield is in on super advanced, but because we use advanced X chart, we use it for both infield in and holding. So we're waiting for that whiteout to dry. A 2-9 ground ball short A plus because he was being held. So it's first and third, nobody out. Billy Williams, the batter. Now they'll play the infield back to avoid a big inning. They'll concede a run. Williams, left-handed hitter. Here's Johnson now. And the pitch, 6-9, left-handed, pops it up to first. And that's caught by Tommy Aaron. 1 out. Now here's Ron Santo, infield back for a possible double play. Pitch from Johnson. That's 6-11. Single 1-3. Lines to short, 2 outs. And Johnson trying to get out of this with no runs after first and third and nobody out. And it's up to Ernie Banks in a clutch situation. Here's the pitch from Johnson. Thank you, Kathy. 3-5. Pops it up. First base, foul territory. And Tommy Aaron makes the catch, and the Cubs end up without a run. No runs, 2 hits. Lead off, Kessinger and Beckert with singles, first and third, no outs, and they end up Johnson getting out of it. And after one, it's 1-0 Atlanta. I'm gonna refresh my coffee, if you don't mind, and be back in just a minute. Top of the second. Here's Jenkins. Leading it off, Cletus Boyer. Pitched like it's 1968. Okay, here's Ferguson. The pitch to Boyer. 5-9 right-handed, struck him out. That's the second in a row for Fergs. Now Tommy Aaron is the batter. Ah. 6-8 right-handed, struck him out. That's the third. That'll bring up Bob Tillman. I think he heard you, Kathy. Jenkins into his windup. Pitch to Tillman, 3-10, grounds it to short for Kessinger. And he fires it to Banks at first, and it's a 1-2-3 inning for Fergs. And after 1.5, it's still Atlanta 1, Chicago nothing. Chicago trying to hold on to first place here. Otherwise, they're flat-footed. I said it before, and now I don't remember it with the Giants. Okay, Ken Johnson takes the mound. He'll face Lou Johnson. So we have a couple of Johnsons here. Okay, Johnson into his windup. And the pitch to Johnson. 5-3 right-handed, grounds it back to Johnson X. That's a 4-11. 4-4, that's going to be an E11 roll. E11-7. And he throws him out. Lou Johnson retired. And Kathy would love to see a great performance from Fergie. I would too. Here's Randy Hundley now. 5-9 right-handed, struck him out. First strikeout for Ken Johnson today. And now Adolfo Phillips is the batter. Here's Johnson now. Pitch to Phillips, 5-10. Right-handed, ballpark slash. 16. Right-handed, goes through. A 2-out single by Phillips. On a 5-10 right-handed ballpark slash. And right-handers in Wrigley are 1-19. And it was a 16. And here comes Fergs. Ferg's a 2 NR. That means he hit at least one home run this year in real world. Pitch to Fergs, 3-5. And that's a grounder to short, fielded by Sonny Jackson. And he throws to Tommy Aaron. And the side is retired. So it's no runs for the Cubs. In the bottom of the second, one hit, the single by Phillips. After 2, it's a 1-0 ball game. Okay, Fergs takes the mound. He did allow the double to Felipe, and he came home on a sacrifice fly, but he has retired 6 in order since the leadoff double by Felipe. Now here's Felix Millan leading it off. Pitch from Ferguson, 3-7 right-handed, grounds it back to Ferguson. And he throws it to Banks, 1 out. That's 7 in a row. Now the pitcher, Ken Johnson. Here's Ferguson now. And the pitch, 3-8. That's a grounder to third. Fielded by Santo. And he throws it to Banks, 2 outs. And that's 8 in a row for Ferguson. Now Felipe Alou, the batter. 3-7 right-handed, fly ball center. Playable by Adolfo Phillips. He makes the catch, and that'll be 9 in order for Ferguson. The side is retired. We head to the bottom of the third now. Good morning to Dan. Dan Port has arrived. Oh. Okay, Ken Johnson comes on out. And leading it off, top of the order, Kessinger. Singled left on in the first. 5-4, switch hitter batting left, grounds to third X. That's for Cletus Boyer, a 1. He is a 110. That's a re-roll. So that entire play is negated. That's a 2-7. Grounder to second. Fielded by Millan, and he throws it to Tommy Aaron at first, 1 out. Now Glenn Beckert, the batter. He singled in the first. Pitch from Johnson. 6-7, right-handed, double 1-5. It's a base hit for Beckert. So Beckert is on. He's a 1-13, stealing, not being held. 1-15, actually he is being held. Now he's a 1-13. With the lead. Billy Williams, the batter now. Here's Johnson from the stretch. Pitch to Williams, 4-11, left-handed. That's a ballpark slash. Left-hander, 1-11, goes through, base hits. Beckert goes to second and holds. Looking at it again, 4-11, left-handed, slashed. Left-hander's 1-11, it was a 1. So the Cubs have a little something going here. First and second, 1 out. Here's Santo now. Okay, Johnson from the stretch. And the pitch to Santo. 3-9, right-handed, triple 1-3. It's a base hit. This is going to tie the ball game. Beckert comes home. Williams goes to third, 2 hold. Again, it was a 3-9, right-handed. Single with 2 asteroids, and now it's a tie ball game, 1-1. Santo on first, Williams on third, 1 out. Here's Banks. Atlanta playing the infield back. Here's the pitch to Banks. That's 1-9, pops it up to short. And under that is Sonny Jackson, 2 away. And now Lou Johnson, the batter.
It's not easy being the one.
It's a 1-1 ball game here at Wrigley Field. And I'm telling you, the coffee is going quick this morning. God. Okay, this is a clutch situation for Lou Johnson. Double Johnsons here. Johnson from the stretch, the pitch to Johnson. 2-5, and he grounds it to third. It's fielded by Boyer. And he throws to Tommy Aaron, and the side is retired. But 1 run on 3 straight singles by the Chicago Cubs, and after 3, it's a 1-1 ball game. I think now would be a great opportunity for me to go out and get some more coffee, and when we come back, it'll be Ferguson, who was retired, 9 in order on the mound. We'll be right back. Okay, Ferguson takes the mound. It'll be Jackson leading it off. Sonny Jackson dribbled to Hundley in the first, but that did move Felipe from second to third, and he came home on Aaron's sacrifice fly. Here's Jenkins now. The windup. The pitch to Jackson, 3-9, right-handed, grounds it to Beckert at second, and he fires it to Banks, 1 out. Now here's Henry Aaron. Pitch to Aaron, 4-9, right-handed, grounds it to short, X, that's for Kessinger. Kessinger, a 234. Don't be surprised if he makes an error, but he doesn't. He throws him out. Shortstops tend to make more errors than other positions. Here's Sandy Valdespino. With 2 outs and nobody on, he struck out in the first. Here's Ferguson now, the windup. Pitch to Valdespino, 2-5, right-handed, single, 1-19. It's a 20. It's stopped by Santo. A beautiful play by Ron Santo. All right, Dan, that's responsible thing to do. 2-5, single, 1-19. It was a 20. Take a gander. And that means that was a beautiful play by Santo. A diving catch, and then on his knees, threw it to Banks to get Valdespino. A 1-2-3, and Ferguson has retired 12 in order. Absolutely. Now we move to the bottom of the fourth. It's a 1-1 ball game. Ken Johnson on the mound. Here's Hundley now. Dan notes defense helping Fergie. Hundley leading it off. Here's Ken Johnson now for the Braves. 4-5, right-handed, grounds it to short X. That's Kessinger, 234. I'm sorry, Jackson, 438. 2-4, that'll go through for a base hit. Couldn't get it, Jackson. And Hundley is on first with a leadoff single. And here's Adolfo Phillips. Ferg's on deck. The pitch to Adolfo. That's 211, right-handed. That's a ballpark slash, goes through, base hit, first and second now. And Dan notes I'm playing the 97 season and just had a game with the Mets. Randy Hundley's son Todd hit a homer. Interesting. So a 211 ballpark slash single by Adolfo Phillips. And here's Fergs. He's a B bunter. I think we're going to have Fergs lay it down. First and second, nobody out. There's your havoc roll. Infield is in. He's a C bunter now. It's hit back to Ken Johnson. C, 12C. Oh, it's a double play. He pops it up to Johnson. And lead runner is doubled off. Other runners hold. So we'll call it a 1-5. That's the... And Phillips holds. Tough break there for Fergs. 2 outs. Adolfo on first. That's a way to break up a rally. And here's Ken Johnson now, facing Kessinger. The pitch to Kessinger, 4-7, switch hitter batting left, flies to center. And under that is Felipe, and the side is retired. Nine watching. What's that? HOP in the chat. So it's no runs. 2 hits. The single by Hundley, then Phillips, but Hundley was doubled up on the pop out. Strange to think it's a pop out, but he scored that 1-5. After 4, it's a 1-1 ball game. We move to the top of the 5th. And good morning to Gigi. Gigi has arrived. Good morning, Gigi. Here's Ferguson now facing Cletus Boyer. Ferguson has retired 12 in order. Here's the pitch to Boyer. That's 5-4 right-handed catcher X. Hundley a 1-5. 21 he fouls out to Randy Hundley. 1 away. And here's Tommy Aaron. That's 13 in order for Ferguson. And the pitch, 4-6, right-handed, flies it to right. And Lou Johnson makes the catch. That's 14 in a row for Ferguson. Kathy said earlier she hopes he has a great performance, and he sure has ever since he let up that double to Felipe to start the game, who went to third on the dribbler to Hundley and then came home on the sacrifice fly by Aaron. But it's 14 in order now. And here's Tillman with 2 outs, nobody on. Pitch to Tillman, that's a 6-5 right-handed and home run, 1-10. Does he have the power? He does, and it's gone. Tillman hits a 2-out home run here in the 5th off Ferguson. He had 5. Let's look at that again. Tillman on a 6-5 right-handed and home run, 1-10. He has the power, and it was a 7. And that makes it 2-1 after he had retired 14 in order, Kathy. Tillman with a huge home run here. For Tillman, his first home run of the season. that'll bring up Felix Mian. Okay, Ferguson gets the sign from Hundley. And the pitch 4-8 right-handed struck him out. And that will retire the side. There was one run, though, on the home run by Bob Tillman. His first of the year, and after 4.5, it's Atlanta 2, Chicago 1. He was born in Canada, yeah. I'm not sure if he has dual citizenship, but I do believe he is a Canadian citizen. Oh. Okay, Johnson takes the mound. Bottom of the 5th. Boy, does that coffee go quick. Here's Glenn Becker to lead it off. Beckert is 2 for 2. 111. There's another ballpark slash right-handed 19 goes through, base hit. He's 3 for 3 with 3 singles. And Billy Williams is the batter, left-handed hitter. Johnson from the stretch. That is a re-roll. There's no ambiguity. Got to have flat dice rolls. Pitch to Williams. That is a 6-4 left-handed fly to center X. And that's going to be for Adolfo, 3-9. 12-3, it's going to be an E9 roll. Adolfo trying to get to this. He does get to it, E9-8. And he drops the ball. Adolfo Phillips with a 2-base error. Look at it again, that's 8. Adolfo. Oh, I'm sorry, it's not Adolfo. It's Felipe on a, but he's an E8 also. He's an E8, and an 8 he makes the catch. That was my error, but I caught it. So Felipe with the catch, 1 out. Beckert holds at first. Yeah. They wanted to put Adolfo out there so he could drop an error on purpose. Didn't work. Okay, Beckert on first, 1 down. Santo at the plate. Beckert the tying run. The pitch to Santo. That's 110. He chops it to second. And Mian throws to first. Beckert advances. So this will be a clutch situation for Mr. Cub, Ernie Banks. Here's the pitch from Johnson. 6-4 right-handed fly ball center X. It's not Adolfo. That's going to be Felipe, 2-8. That's an 18-2, and he makes the catch, and the side is retired. A fly ball out by Banks. We've gone 5 innings. It's 2-1 Atlanta. And Ferguson takes the mound. His first endurance is the ninth. Ken Johnson's is this inning, the sixth. Cubs won this game real world 5-2. Upshore relieved in real world. No one, Jenkins went all the way. That's used as a guideline only. Here's Ken Johnson to lead it off. Interesting anecdote. Dan notes Banks is largely remembered as a shortstop, but actually played more career games at first. Here's the pitch to Ken Johnson. That's 6-8. He's right-handed. Struck him out. Fifth strikeout for Fergs. And here's Felipe now. Six, right-handed, struck him out. Sixth strikeout for Fergs. And now Sonny Jackson, the batter. .410, left-handed, grounds it to short X. That's Kessinger 234 on a .410 left-handed. Kessinger 234, 4-2 should get that. And he does. And it's a 1-2-3 inning for Fergs. He let up a home run to Tillman, and that's been the difference. 2-1 Atlanta. We move to the bottom of the sixth. And Ken Johnson in his first endurance inning. And he will face Lou Johnson. Johnson v. Johnson here. Johnson winds and deals. 2-4 right-handed, pops it up behind the plate, foul territory. For Tillman, he makes the catch, 1 out. Now Randy Hundley, the batter. .48 right-handed, grounds it to short for Jackson. And he throws it to Tommy Aaron, 2 outs. That was a .48 right-handed. And now here's Adolfo. .37 right-handed, single 1-5. Lines it to third to Cletus Boyer, and it's a 1-2-3 inning. So it's a tough one. And Demos has arrived. Demos says, I'm going to borrow from you and start writing the strikeout number after the K. It's better than having to add them up at the end. Yeah. And you also get the bonus of being able to announce them cumulatively. I have borrowed many trying to think what the word would be, tidbits from Demos. Incorporated many of the things he does. Just one example would be rolling the single die to see where the ball is hit on a bunt before, rather than rolling all three. So we've gone 6 innings. It's a 2-1 ball game. The coffee is sure going quick this morning. As long as Bob B does not object. I forgot what his criticism was. What was it again, Demos? Because he wasn't following your mantra. Boy, the coffee's going quick today this morning. Okay, Fergs takes the mound. We'll go get a little more coffee. There's not much left. And here's Henry Aaron to lead it off. Again, Jenkins' first endurance is the 9th. Oh, yes, yes. That's, yeah. That's quite a form of flattery, actually. Compliment for you to do that. And I've heard you do it. Here's the pitch to Aaron from Ferguson, 2-7-0. He walked him. Aaron is on first. He's a 1-19. With Ferguson 1-17 being held. 1-15. And Sandy Valdespino is the batter. So 1-19, 1-17, 1-15 with the hold. Here's Valdespino. He's not going to try for it here. Here's the pitch. That's 6-12 left-handed, fly ball left X for Williams, who was never a great fielder. He's about an average fielder. It's a 3-9 on a 6-12 left-handed. Williams 4-3. This might drop in. It does for a double on a 4-3. And Aaron goes to third and holds. Jesus. Second and third, nobody out. Oh, Ferguson. Now here's Cletus Boyer. Yes, they did demos. Yeah. Good thing we didn't have him try to steal. Or maybe it's not a good thing. Could have scored maybe on that double. Now the infield will be brought in. Here's Cleet Boyer. Ferguson in trouble here. The pitch to Cletus. That's 4-4 right-handed. That's a ballpark slash 1-19. Goes through Poppycock. Base hit 1-19. Jeez. That makes it 3-1. Look at that. Now there's action in the Cubs bullpen. Cletus on a 4-4 right-handed slashed. And for right-handers and left-handers, oh, I'm sorry, right-handers it's a 1-19, left-handers 1-11. And it was a 19. First and third, and the infield in again. They're desperate. They don't want to give up another run on a ground ball. Here's the pitch to Aaron. Tommy Aaron, that is. No outs. 4-8 right-handed, struck him out, and Fergus needed that. Lord, he needed that. It's 1 out, first and third. Now the infield pulls back for Tillman. Oh, Fergs, you know, he's been known to let up home runs. He's been behind a lot in games. I mean, he's lost his share. It's first and third, 1 out, infield back. Tillman, 1 for 2, hit the home run. Here's Fergs now. 3-6, grounds it to short. That's Kessinger to Beckert, and then over to Banks for the double play to end the inning. First and third, 2. So, 1 run though. could be worse? On a walk, a double, and a single. And then getting Tillman to knock into the double play. We have gone to the 7th inning stretch here. And it's Atlanta 3, Cubs 1. We'll be right back as I go to get some coffee. Is that right, Gigi? 300 and 250? And believe it or not, Ferguson is coming out to hit to lead off the bottom of the 7th. I managed this unapologetically. Okay, here's Johnson facing Ferguson, right-handed hitter. 1-4, and he struck him out. That's the second strikeout for Ken Johnson. Here's Kessinger now. Kessinger 1 for 3. 4-8. Switch hitter batting left, grounds to second. Fielded by Felix. And he fires it to Tommy Aaron. That's 2 away. Johnson has retired 8 in order. And here's Glenn Beckert with 2 outs, nobody on. Beckert 3 for 3 with 3 singles. And the pitch, 6-10, right-handed catcher X. That will be Tillman, a 4-10. 6-4. He pops it up, and Tillman makes the catch, and it's a 1-2-3 for Johnson, and he's retired 9 in order. And we move to the 8th. Still a relatively close ball game. Jenkins on the mound, top of the 8th. Oh, that is good coffee. And as the Braves get set to come up to bat, I'd like to thank everybody for being here. And And I want to thank those of you who are in the live text: Gigi, Kathy, Dan, Dems. And we'd like to hear from you. Okay, Felix leading it off. There's Ken Johnson. Actually, I just realized Johnson has reached fatigue. No. No, what am I freaking thinking? No, I looked at this and I thought of Johnson. Please scratch that comment. Here's the pitch to Felix. 6'5" right-handed and home run 1-10. He's got W power. Hit that again and it works in his favor. It drops in for a double. Again, Ferguson's first endurance is the 9th. That was a 6'5", and that's where Tillman hit his home run. But Ferguson has W power, but it works in his favor at 20. And here's Ken Johnson now. Johnson is a 2 WR. We'll have him hit away. The pitch from Ferguson. 2-6 struck him out. That is the 8th strikeout by Ferguson. And now Felipe Alou, the batter. Felipe 1 for 3, doubled, and scored in the first. Here's Ferguson now. 4-3 right-handed fly ball right axe. That's for Lou Johnson, a 3-9. 2-3. It's a double, 2 asteroids. And that will score Felipe. Action in the Cubs bullpen. Darn. That makes it 4-1. And here's Sonny Jackson now. Go figure. That's a possible wild pitch. Jenkins 1-4. You want to give this a nice little roll here, and then you get it. Here we go now. 1-4. No, it's stopped in the dirt by Hundley. Pitch to Jackson. 2-7 right-handed single 1-14. That's a base hit, and that's going to be it for Ferguson. Go figure. We let him hit, and he, for realism's sake, it's a very intuitive process that I follow. It's on intuition, sort of a gut feeling. That's going to be it for Jenkins. He pitched 7 1/3 innings. Seven hits. He walked 1, struck out 8, and has allowed 4 thus far, responsible for first and third, 1 out. Let's see who's coming in here. I'll tell you what. Phil Reagan has already been traded. I don't know where. You see that? He needs to be moved. We're going to bring Stoneman in. Someone told me, and if anyone has retro sheet, they can let me know. Wait a minute. Oh, okay, no, he comes to the Cubs. Yeah, he's on the Cubs now. We're going to bring him in. Phil Reagan. Started on the Dodgers. Reagan has no record, has pitched 2/3 of an inning. That's for the Cubs. So +2, -1. I believe he was on the Dodgers before, and he was 1-0 on the Dodgers. Allowed 1 earned run in 6 innings. I keep them separate. I could add them if I want to. But we're keeping it separate. Okay, Reagan trying to keep some semblance of a ball game. Infield in 4-1 Atlanta, and Aaron is the batter. That's a possible balk or pass ball. That's a possible balk, and Reagan has a 0 rating. Here's the pitch to Aaron. Should have kept the infield back. 2-6 right-handed single, 1-19 goes through, base hit. It's 5-1. That's charge to Ferguson. Aaron with a beautiful single there. He did pitch for the Tigers. I don't know when in his career. Actually, I still have him up on Baseball Reference. He started with the Tigers, traded to the Dodgers, and then the Cubs, and then the White Sox for 1 year. That was a good acquisition by the Cubs, I believe. He was a good reliever for the Cubs. On a 2-6 right-handed, Aaron lofts a base hit to score another run. First on second, 1 out. And here is Sandy Valdespino. It is now a 5-1 game. Here's the pitch from Reagan. 3-6, right-handed, struck him out. 2 down. And Cletus Boyer in a clutch situation. Yeah, he started on the Dodgers this season. Pitch to Boyer, 3-8, flies to center, and under it is Adolfo Phillips to make the catch, and the side is retired, but that smarts 2 runs. And in the middle of the 8th, it's 5-1. Jenkins gets charged with all 5 runs. And here's Ken Johnson now. He's gone all the way. 1 run allowed. And the Cubs need a lot. They're down by 4. Here's Johnson now. Pitch to Williams, 4-7 left-handed, flies it to center. And Felipe makes the catch, 1 out. That's 10 in a row for Johnson. Now here's Santo. Ferguson had retired 14 in order, only to then let up a home run to Tillman, and then it's been all Atlanta since then. Here's Santo. 6'4", right-handed, flies it to center X. Felipe, 2-8. 9-2. It's going to be an E8 roll for Felipe. Four. Oh, and he drops it for a two-base error. First error of the ball game, a two-base error by Felipe Alou. And Ernie Banks is the batter. Again, Cubs down by 4. And the pitch to Banks. 111, right-handed. Grounds it short A. Jackson throws to first, and Santo holds. So it's 2 outs. And once again, we have Johnson v. Johnson. Double Johnson here. It's a possible wild pitch, 1-4. And it's smothered in the dirt by Tillman. Here's the pitch to Lou Johnson. 3-9, right-handed, grounds it to short. Fielded by Jackson, fires it to Tommy Aaron. The side is out. So no harm from the two-base error by Felipe. He misjudged that ball, no doubt about it. And we head to the top of the ninth. Okay, Phil Reagan on the mound. And Tommy Aaron leading it off. He's 0 for 3, struck out twice. Okay, Reagan into his windup. .27, it's a base hit for Tommy Aaron. That was a 2-7, right-handed. Aaron on first. Here's Tillman now. Pitch from Reagan. 6-7, right-handed, flies it to center. And Adolfo makes the catch, 1 out. And here's Mian. Reagan throws 6-12. Right-handed walked him. First and second 1 out, and here's Ken Johnson. He'll hit away. There's a pitch for 4. Right-handed catcher X. That's Hundley. A 1-5. 2-1. Pass ball, followed by a pop out. So Hundley with the pass ball. Second and third, 2 outs. And Reagan in trouble here in a clutch situation. Second and third, 1 out for Felipe. Pitch from Reagan. 5-8 right-handed, grounds it to Beckert at second. X. A 120. 7-1. Throws him out. And the side is retired. Reagan gets out of it. And this is it. We're going to the bottom of the ninth. Stranger things have happened. But it's the bottom third of the order. Ken Johnson has gone all the frickin' way. Allowed 1 run, 8 hits. He has not walked a batter, and he has struck out 2, and Hundley leads it off. That coffee goes so damn quick. Here's Johnson. 1-5 right-handed triple, 1-5, and that's a triple by Hundley. A lead-off triple. Johnson with full endurance, and Adolfo Phillips is the batter. He hit a 241. Infield is back. Here's Johnson now. The pitch to Adolfo. 6-6 right-handed. There's a base hit to right. And now that makes it a 5-2 ball game. And Johnson is 1 hitter walk away from fatigue. And Cecil and Beanie Upshaw is warming. We're going to let Johnson try to get out of it as Upshaw warming in the bullpen, and there's going to be a hitter. Phillips is a 1-15, 1-17. 1-15 being held. And let's see who's going to hit here for Reagan. It's going to be Al Spangler. Al Spangler. Pinch hitting for Reagan. It's a 5-2 game. Phillips on first, being held. Okay, Johnson looks in. Pitch to Spangler. 5-4 left-handed, grounds to third X. That's for Cletus. Not much gets by Cletus. He's a 110. That's 14-1. That's going to be a E10 roll. E10-10, he should get that. He does for the double play. It's Boyer to Mian to Tommy Aaron. And that puts a big kick in the teeth for the Cubs. Any chance of a rally as Kessinger comes up, 2 outs, nobody on. Johnson with endurance. 2 outs, no one on. Here's Johnson, the windup, and the pitch to Kessinger. That's 2-4, right-handed, grounds it back to Johnson, and he throws it to Tommy Aaron, and the ball game is over. The final, Atlanta 5, Chicago 2. My star of the game is Ken Johnson, but you can pick who you want. Johnson gets his first win of the season. He's now 1-2. He pitched 9 innings. $11 hits, but pretty spread out, and was good with runners on base. He did not walk a batter. Struck out 2 and allowed 2 runs. The loss goes to Ferguson. He is now 2-2. Final line. Wow. Atlanta 5 runs, 9 hits, 1 error. Chicago Cubs 2 runs, out hitting and losing, 11 hits and no errors. Good game, Dan. Thank you. Nice to see you, Gigi, as always. I want to thank Kathy Harden, Dan Port, Gigi, Baseball Demos. And everybody else who was here. Tough game for the Cubs to lose. Keep on keeping on. Whoops. I'm going to enter this one in the books. I think now is as good a time as ever. Otherwise, I'll tell you, entering the stats is not a lot of fun. Nor is setting up these games. It is. I've tried to make it a Zen, part of my Zen, of Strat-O-Matic Zen kind of thing. But oh Lord,
When you are jumped in the
I wonder how the market's going to do tomorrow. Lord, more pain. Yeah, I heard about that too, Dan. I heard that from Keith himself. I once took Strat-O-Matic on vacation as a kid. I was about 14, 15 years old. I remember I had the 72 set. Okay, let's add this to the standings. This would be Braves over the Cubs. Cubs have lost 3 in a row, and they're now tied with the Giants. Makes the Cubs 8-4. Atlanta 5-8. Must be 1. Houston a half game out. Atlanta 3, 6, 7. How I got that. God. 6, 7, 8. 4 plus 3 is 7. And here are the updated standings in the National League. Now I'll enter the individual stats. Doesn't take too long. Start with Atlanta. And I say it out loud, that helps me reduce errors and facilitate. Ken Johnson got the win, he's 1-2. 24. We enter home runs real time, so there's no need to enter home runs. We enter RBIs first. Aaron with 2. Boy, you know, Aaron has 20 RBIs in 13 games. 7 home runs. Hitting a 314. Wow. Boyer. And Tillman. Okay, Felipe 2-5. Jackson 1-4. Aaron 1-2. That raises his average a little. Valdespino 1-4. Boyer 1-4. Tommy Aaron 1-4. Tillman 1-4. Mian 1-3. And we move to the Cubs. Jenkins with the loss, he's 2-2 now. Reagan 1 2/3. RBI's Cubs, Santo 1. Phillips, Adolfo Phillips 1. Kessinger 1-5. Becker 3-4. Williams 1-4. Santo 1-4. Banks 0-4. Lou Johnson 0-4. Hundley 2-4. Phillips 3-4. And Spangler, who ground into that double play, 0-1. Now we'll send this to myself by email. Oh, is that right? He owned an Arby's? Interesting. Let's just email this to ourselves. The question is, am I up for another game? It would be the second and final game. There's only 2 games scheduled this date. Game 119. You have to be very, very, very careful here. Chicago at Minnesota. See if it's a new series. It looks like it is. We're very, very methodical about it. It is a new series. Minnesota did play on the 24th. This is a new series. Let's just see how many games this series is. One, 2, 3, 4. Jesus. This might be my first 4-game series. It's 1, 2, 3, and 4. We'll go to setup as much as we can. What we'll also do is we'll put here on the a 9 a.m. game. Okay, I'm gonna set this game up in the future. Demos has a game. I will watch yours. I'm gonna make some coffee and watch yours. So I want to say to everybody, stay strong, stay well. And I will catch you next time. That's the beauty of the cooperation that we have here. Take care, everybody.